And okay. So I will tell you a few, how you say, real short kind of summary about what I'm going to talk about. And probably you know many things what I'm going to talk, but still this talk is to keep you in the track as well, and maybe give you more information as well. So this is not intended for a kind of ready-made kind of recipe which I can give you for cleansing. So this is first I would like to tell you. Ayurveda talks about very much individuality. Individuality means you need to care everyone as particularly according to their doshas or their makeup, their mental and physical makeup, and their stages of life. It can be mental status or physical status of their stages of life, and it can change according to age. It can change according to different populations, different seasonal. Sorry, we are talking about the season, different cultures. So we need kind of adaptations for everything. But certain principles are similar. Certain principles are generally same, and it's just common sense. It's nothing very big rocket science. It's a kind of innate knowledge which is there inside us already. So we are in Ayurveda. We are just exploring we are exploring our own inner connection. We are trying to develop that inner voice which is there inside us to regulate or kind of put us in a kind of direction where you will have a better quality of life, and long life, a good life, or quality of life. So, what we are going to discuss today, um, in short, the Ayurveda is all about uh, um, connecting with the nature. We believe that everything which exists in the nature is inside us. So this is the principle of five elements. And when these five elements are inside us, it is in the form of doshas. So when the physiology which is working inside us, when we talk about the physiology, it's about doshas. Doshas are nothing but what you can see as functions of the body. We can see the functions of the body more as doshas than the structures. But we can also appreciate as the qualities, different types of qualities as a part of dosha, and we could always assess what is there in the nature is also influencing inside us. So that is the primary point of discussion. Everything in the nature influences us. Then the next is the spring. Spring is the wonderful time where everything is blossoming, and it is giving rise to a new growth. And in Ayurveda, we say it is more about kapha dosha. Kapha is nothing but the earth element and water element. And this earth and water element combination, which is kapha, is having certain characteristics, which is like heavy, dull, cold, sluggish, and dense, um, and it gives a lot of possibilities to grow. It is nourishing, it's very binding together, and it doesn't pass through minute channels, these kind of. So this is what is happening in the spring season, and we want to address these kapha characteristics. In Ayurveda, we have everything as categorized into the everything about the treatments in general. Let's say is characterized into two. So it is same applicable for mm, um, in case of cleansing also, where it is Lankana is falling under Lankana and Brahmana. This is the two categorization. So cleansing comes under Lankana, and nourishing or rejuvenation comes under Brahmana. So any type of lankana means lightening, lagutva. Lankana, the word has um, word comes from the word of Sanskrit called laghu, and laghava is instilling lightness in the body. So that's why I told you cleansing or detoxification is not a kind of very big um, rocket science. If you take things which is making your body feel lighter, or any processes which does the body to get the body the qualities of lightness, you can impart the kind of detoxification process through this. It can be by exercising properly, eating very light meals, eating the taking away the toxins from the body, which is sluggish. So that's why it is in a very simple way you can do it. In a very advanced way you can do it. So the most advanced way is called as panchakarma, the kind of five cleansing, which is more sophisticated for individuals. But in a kind of a very superficial, very simple way, you can also take simple khichdi diet and you can do it, and or take some cleansing powders to the stomach. It also works. It's not that it doesn't work at all. But of course, here also you need to apply the conditions, like everything everywhere people say apply the conditions. Terms and conditions apply. So you need to take care that you don't have any contraindicative problems, like you have some bleeding issues, or kind of you are pregnant, or if you have very chronic diseases, or anything which is very which may, if your body become more light, can become worsened, that, or if you are very old and you don't have capacity to undergo these cleansing procedures, you should not go for it. So that's what it's about. Then we are also talking about few diet plans. I will tell you few principles which basically some recipes which is useful mm, uh, for during this season to use. Yeah. So we say okay, now more. Somebody else is there. Okay, admitting. There are eight. Okay. So now I will go more deeper into this. So I gave you a kind of general picture about everything, but now I will try to expand this idea and more in a kind of specific, more specific and more in detail. So Ayurveda, most of you who are here would have had some information already. That's why you are here. You are attracted to Ayurveda to improve your life. Ayurveda is a science which is very old and traditional, and we have this from India, the kind of knowledge which is being uh, handed over from generations to generations over 5,000 years. It is something which gives more importance to prevention than cure. Of course, as Ayurvedic doctor, I do cure as well, because I get clients who are sick or having some diseases, health issues, who comes with particular problems. So there, the Ayurvedic doctors who undergo studies for 5.5 years in India, they have also further down some trainings in different hospitals like me. People who work like me, they have more people who comes to them with some problems. So we also treat but we also try to teach people how to live well. So that's the textbook as well, gives a lot of importance to this prevention aspects rather than the treatment aspect. So we have the every classical textbook which starts with Swasthavrita. Swasthavrita is nothing but the let's say the chapters of wellness, well-being, or a kind of you can say community medicine, well-being medicine, wellness scenario, where everything is described under two headings, where it is called Dinacharya and Ritucharya. Dinacharya speaks about daily regimen and Ritucharya speaks about seasonal regimen. So, if you take a person's life, you can divide in a rough way as three, like young age, where it is a small boy till who is getting adolescent, who is minor, you can say below 18, let's say from 18 to I don't know, 50 or 60, and then 60 to whatever age of old age. So there is a middle age, there is a young age, and there is a older age. um, Further down dividing, you have years. Every year we get older, and further down in the years we have how you say, the seasons. So we will discuss this. So this is what we are in Swastha We have the chapters divided in Ayurveda. So what we are speaking about is in the light of Swastha in classical textbooks. And here the point is also that we are not dealing with only about the body. So the healthy body lives in a healthy mind live in a healthy body. We take care of mind as well, and then also the spiritual part of it, of every individual. So we believe it's not just uh, body and mind, but mind as a kind of reflection of the spirit. So this is a kind of sweet spot when the health is a kind of sweet spot when body, mind, and spirit come to a kind of harmony, or when they have a kind of very good balance. Uh, each has its own needs, its own urges, and if that is fulfilled, the life is going to be more and more appreciated. So most of the time, the modern life, we give more importance to our body, sometimes to the mind, but more about spirituality. This is a question. So this is what, but still Ayurveda gives a lot of importance. So when we talk about harmony with the nature, we talk about being in balance with the ecosystem, because everything, when the ecosystem changes, for example, we have climate changes, very terrible climate changes happens. We are not able to understand where is the climate, the temperature changes is happening, and between the climate, between the seasons, there is kind of different ups and downs, abrupt rain, abrupt cold, again snow, again sun. On same day, it becomes so sunny, and then in the evening become very cold. So these differences and abruptions in the ecosystem causes also a kind of disbalance in ourselves. So as much as possible, we are mirroring the kind of disharmony in our surroundings. If there is a disharmony in the surroundings, we will also have disharmony in us. And another one more important point about being in harmony with the nature is about biorhythms. So when we talk about dinacharya, we are talking about biorhythm. Biorhythm is nothing but um, circadian rhythm, we call it as biorhythm, biological clocks we have in our brain, which is responding with the light, suprachiasmatic nuclei, which is there in our brain. It responds with the light, which is the signal from the environment, and this controls our sleep, activities, our hormones, nervous system, hormones. It's a kind of orchestration from the nerves to hormones to metabolic system to immune system. So it works in different levels. So the signal pass through from one to other. So we need to go in tune with this natural rhythms so that we have a good um, sleep, good metabolism, and overall vitality. So that's why I told you the Ritucharya or the seasonal regimen itself is a kind of modification of the daily regimen. So it's not that you are saying the detox. We believe in everything, doing everything in a kind of moderation, but very steadily. Every day you can do a part of detox if you can follow that, if you can do that like a small quantity of detox. You can do it, like I said in the beginning, you can do it large or you can do it small, everyday basis. You can do a detox for 7 days, you can do for 21 days, you can do for I don't know, 41 days, but that depends on the range of ama or the toxins which you have. Also, this is also something, a question. Better you can also do a consultation, of course. So anybody else is waiting? No. Mhm. So it has also a kind of nutritional a point of view, why we need to adopt these seasonal changes. Because when we have a kind of seasonal eating habit, or seasonal food is given a lot of preferences, we will have a better quality of food. So whatever is seasonally grown in each country, which is available. For example, if there is a availability of dandelions, which is growing, so there is a lot of salads which will be made. So this also helps liver detoxification, for example. So there is that amount of the concentration of nutrition, the kind of amount of nutrition which is the nutrient elements which is present during from the food sourced foods will be, concentration will be higher during when it is being seasonally procured. So yeah, and there is also a kind of seasons changes in our body, which also you can say there is a kind of lot of adaptation which is happening in our body according to the season. So we are you can take it in a very abrupt, in a kind of simile, what happens in a spring season. um, in a very simple example, you can imagine a kind of high mountain which is full of snow and ice and things like that. I mean, cold, yes, frozen mountain. I can say one word, but I spoke like this. A frozen mountain, but that is the kind of time that happens. That is during winter. Most of the time it happens, but as the sun comes out, there will be a melting happening. So if you take the snow or the frozen water element to kapha, when the sunlight or the temperature level elevates, there is going to be a kind of melting of kapha dosha in our body. So this is what, in nutshell, it is about. And when, for example, the water is going to flow down because of the melting of the snow, what you can also do, because the water element has this cleaning capacity, it is flowing, and it has that mobility to wash the things away. We can utilize this time as a good time for cleansing. So uh, good good momentum to cleanse. So there is a kind of there is a momentum which is there present in this season, which we can utilize for cleansing. So, and as I told you indirectly, there is this kapha dosha which has to be taken care. Because kapha dosha is there and it is very dense, cold and unctuous, it is basically reducing the digestive agni, digestive system. We say Agni as the digestive fire. Digestive fire is regulating our not only the digestion, it is also regulating our metabolism. So you can imagine in the in every food has thermogenic effect. For example, um, we eat more heavier food or the food which can produce heat energy in winter time. For example, people eat more meat, which will increase their body temperature. So body at the same time, the body has to protect the heat, not to lose the heat, and concentrate the circulation to inside organs, more into the core area, which is more in the central part of the body. But when the as the climate changes from winter to spring, you will see that the temperature when the temperature heats up increases, the circulation from the blood circulation will also come more into periphery. It will come more into periphery. So it's a kind of defrosting, you can say. And you don't need that much heat creating food, which is more heavy and dense, heating kind of food. At the same time, you need to eat the food which is light, because the kapha dosha, which is melting down, can accumulate more in your digestive system and reduce the agni. So you need the light food. And also small amount of digestive fire enhancing food like spices will be always beneficial. So this is the principle what happens during, in nutshell, during the spring season, you can say. So we discussed about the dosha dynamics, which is happening in the spring season. And mm, okay, so I don't now go back to explain each doshas, but still hope you know what is Vata dosha and Pitta dosha also, because Kapha I explained. Vata is air element and space element. So it is the most lightest in the among the doshas. You can say lightest among the doshas. So it is more dry and rough, minute, cool, but at the same time, it has difference between the cold of water and cold of air. Air is coming and going, quickly changing, yeah. But water is more stable cold. It hold the temperature for better holding the temperature, stable cold. So kapha is more stable cold. Vata is coming and going, sometimes hot, sometimes cold. It can quickly come in waves, you say. Cold, dry, minute, rough, light. And then pitta. Pitta is more like fire element. Fire element is more, you can imagine, where there is fire, which is liquefied. Liquefied means it is, you can imagine something which fire is that which can do heating process, or kind of impart thermogenic effect. It can make the things convert, transform. So you can imagine the enzymes and hormones, which does the metabolic transformation. Hormones does the metabolic transformations, whereas digestive enzymes does the more digestive transformation. So this is coming more as, you can take it as more pitta. And vata, as I told you, it is more about mobility, and everything connected with movement, you can take it as vata. And kapha, I told you, it is the principle of growth and also stability, adherence, inactiveness, inertia, and all. But here, one more thing you need to very concretely remember. See, I think I already told this. You could have already understood it. People say it's spring is kapha season. It's a kind of, it's not completely like that. Every day the day is passing, it is going from one to other dosha. in roughly saying. All the doshas are present in our body, but these changes in temperature, humidity in the atmosphere makes us having a kind of transformation. So as I told you, but basically then further down, what you can see is the changes in the qualities. Like I said, uh, you can take in the winter kapha solidified, very heavy and dense, but in spring as a melted, liquefied, flowing type of kapha. So it is going from dry kapha vata period to more wet kapha to pitta period, because the following is always summer and this is going to be pitta predominant. So it is every day, it is a kind of process. It is moving, it's not staying. The doshas are not staying in one. It's a dynamic process. So even in our life it is like this. First phase of our life is kapha, second phase, so yeah, second phase is pitta, and third phase of life, like I discussed in the beginning, it's vata. So where there is degeneration and destruction is happening. So uh, yeah. So why we need detoxification in this process? As I told you, it is for helpful for improving your. This is a good time actually, because the doshas. This is the ritu santi. Ritu santi means two seasons are joining. So together, that time you should do the detox. The first few days of season is very important to do cleansing, because that is the time the transformation is happening. That time you need to catch. That is very good. But of course, later also it's not harmful to do this. But in general, I'm speaking about that transformatory phase is very useful. So this transformation is very helpful. And then we can say the ama, which is like byproducts of many of improper digestion, because you are more sluggish during the winter time, and you have improper digestion. You would have eaten many heavy food, like in many of the celebrations which you would have had. They all accumulate as ama. Or rather, we are in the life, in all life we are surrounded by ama things, because whether it is emotional, whether it is physical, whether it is yes, mental, physical, food wise, air wise, electromagnetic wise, because this electric energy which is there in different forms, radiations, these energy in different modes and different forms these days are really impacting our human life. So it is also considered as a ama, according to many of the Ayurvedic scholars, like modern toxic byproducts, toxic substances. So we are accumulating it in our emotions, as I told you. So periodic detoxification of mind and body helps. So it also enhances immune system, because everything you need a reset. So it is also resetting, cleansing out the toxins. When the toxins are gone, generally the digestion will be better, and that will improve the immune system. So this is also like, if your colon, yes, colon, the bowel movement is good and clean, you have a good microflora in your gut, in your digestive system as a whole, and that will give a lot of improvement to your immunity. It is going to also reflect in your emotional, mental health also, because this is the place where you have a lot of nerves, and also it produces a lot of neurotransmitters, so that the in the intestinal part, in the intestines in general. So there is a lot of neurotransmitters which is being dumped into, when you are stressed, for example. That's where you have butterflies. You have a lot of neurotransmitters which is being secreted into the lumen of intestine. So you when you detoxify, you are also cleaning out your um, brain or your it also improve your mental clarity. It also improves your overall well-being, emotional stability. It also helps you to clean the clutters of the mind. So the body and the mind, the seasonal cleansing can also impact your um, mental and physical health. So detoxification. So I told you the basic principle. I told you the point where it is very simple and straightforward. That where you are, if you are following the kind of diet which is very simple and straightforward, then you will be able to generally follow the understanding for cleansing. So it is Langana. Basically, you need the basic Langana. Basic Langana is dietary changes, is emphasizing on light meals, seasonal meals, easily digestible food. It is to incorporate also the fresh fruits and vegetables, because spring and summer is the time Ayurveda also emphasizes to take more of fresh food like salads and fruits. Of course, as a part of detox process, if you want to do detox, if your digestion is not so good, we would say cooked food is more better. And you should be careful with this. But still, incorporating fresh fruits and vegetable is a part of Ritucharya of the spring, and more whole grains and vegetables and legumes, which also legumes are also a good source of protein and also nourish fiber. This is what we talk about the khichdi diet. At the same time, avoiding the heavy foods, processed food, caffeine and alcohol, every kind of causative, the disease-causing substances, let's say, disease-causing agents, if we avoid, that itself will help us to improve our health. So basically, even people, when they avoid alcohol, caffeine, sugars, processed food, white flour, red meat, um, sausages, that is processed meat, again, um, those strong substances, if you are able to avoid them, that itself gives a kind of half of detox process. This I don't need to explain you, but still, as a part of detox, when you start, if you do it all together, this diet and avoiding all these substances, suddenly it even create headache, because caffeine, for example, simple withdrawal of caffeine can give you headache. So it's not the problem of detox. The body is resetting. You may get these headaches, these side effects, let's say, the kind of problems of avoiding these stimulants. Yes. So at the same time, you can take leafy greens, let's say dandelions or kale, bitter herbs, spices. So here the spices are also important, not like chilies and cayenne peppers, still ginger, turmeric, and curcuma, cumin. They are more supportive for digestive system, so reduces the kapha element. Hot teas and hot water is very helpful because it helps to flush out the toxin. So it's not only bowel movement; it's about urine, the toxins which is flushed out from the kidneys. This flushing out can also be taken into consideration. So you could take also things like warm water. If you want to stimulate the liver, you can use a little bit of lemon, except if you have some acidity or gastric ulcers. You can use herbal infusion, different herbal infusions like coriander seeds or cumin seeds. These things also helps to flush out. And you can also do intermittent fasting. That is also comparatively a kind of good way to start with the cleansing, who have been in all the kind of food, that if you can fast for certain period of time, that itself will help you to further go down better, because uh, if you suddenly start this intermittent fasting, there also you may get headache because the insulin variations happens. And ideally, I would say you need to start from reducing the meals at night, dinner, because the dinner evening times you have less digestive fire. So people who don't eat the breakfast, I won't recommend that to do, because people who don't eat breakfast, many times they end up in gastritis and stomach issues many times. So it's much better you have some skipping of dinner, at least alternate days. But of course, it should be also considered if you have digestive problems. So or you can take minimum calorie kind of meals towards the night. So just soup or very simple steamed vegetable, cooked vegetables at night. This is it. No meat, no fish, no milk products. More vegan, more vegetarian, or let's say vegan. That itself works as a kind of fasting. That also can be almost like fasting. Then it is Panchakarma. Panchakarma, you can also do in small level, short levels, cleansing programs, let's say self oil massages for 2 or 3 days, 3 days or 5 days or 7 days, along with some herbal powders to take to clean the gut. This is a kind of small scale cleansing. It will be good if you can come for individual consultation so that we can also modify according to your problems. And also, it will be good after the oil application if you can go for some steam or kind of sauna is dry heat, because kapha is unctuous, so dry heat is also recommended during this season. So you can also do the sauna, and then detox process elimination with purgation can be also helpful. Physical activity is another form of kind of general detox plan. You can do engagement in movements. Of course, start small and slow and not too much intense, but regular walking, sunlight exposure can improve also the metabolism to get stimulated, lymphatic system to work better. That promotes the detox process as well. This is known to you. Then about mindfulness and stress management. This is very important. So where the another ama comes is from anyway, ama or unprocessed food or unprocessed bio substances doesn't exist if the inputs are good. If the input which comes to you is good, then ama doesn't happen. Same thing in case of mind. What emotions, what thoughts, what stimulations we have around us. This is very important to have a have a mindful approach. What kind of things are coming to me? Like, let's say, is it the emotions of hate or anger or frustration, or in this time fear because of war and various circumstances, political and scenarios, different scenarios. We have a lot of emotions of fear, let's say. So but still they need to be addressed properly. It has to be practiced. Meditation has to be practiced, pranayama has to be practiced. We will also discuss about it. Even our these days, if you can avoid the kind of not only processed food and processed substances which is used in internal into about eating, but also what you apply on the skin. This is also very interesting. We always say just apply sesame oil or coconut oil, or apply some almond oil, or those natural things which is existing in the nature, everything bio, let's say. But these days our cosmetics and personal care products, they have n number of substances. They for females, it mimics like estrogens, which can also create lead to even cancers, let's say. Synthetic components which is there, like parabens or sodium lauryl sulfate, or these kind of substances are very much influencing our hormonal um, balance, and it can create even to great problems. So fragrances. So use everything more or less bio or more natural as minimum as possible. These perfumes and artificial lotions and creams and soaps and shampoos and um, beauty things as simple as possible. So oil application is the best in this scenario. Yes. Um, yeah, so electromagnetic radiations. This is another very important thing to avoid and detoxify to, not only physically. So in this case, because it is coming as a subsidiary of mental health, the phones basically we use all, and we are definitely unable to stop it at least. But there should be some hours at least you should be able to keep away these gadgets and keep a distance from these radiations if possible. Switch off the wi-fi, switch off the put it into flight mode, because when they catch these electromagnetic things, they create the field around us. This is the same about computers and televisions and also some of the household appliances and also gadgets which we wear on the body. There are a lot of ionizing radiations as well present in the. It creates a kind of ionization in the cells. Okay, they will, if you search in the website, of course, internet, before they will of course say that it is not proven that they will create problems, but of course, yes, I mean, it's up to your, it's left to your judgment. Um, so mental toxins, yes, I would like to talk about it this a bit. The negative self-talks, the kind of anger. So these things are necessary. Perfectionism, comparisons, which we do, overthinking. Um, these are to be avoided somehow by mindfulness, meditation, journaling, practicing the gratitude, and simply doing some exercises even. So you can also take support from people who are trusted, your family members or your friends. And at the same time, limit the negative influences around you, like whether it is, sorry to say, some close people or friends, or the most common is media, media and this overcritical environments, which is also not so good. So like the anxiety about the war causes chronic anxieties. It creates a feeling of helplessness, insomnia, hypervigilance, like you are over vigilant. Hyper vigilance will create you over exhaustion, make you tired, difficulty to concentrate, not able to do things which is more relaxed and in a kind of good cognitive conditions, because this is a kind of negative infect problem, which is negative effect in our brain, not able to, it creates a distortion and create a kind of persistent um, sense of low functioning. So this is to be taken care, social isolation or loss of control. So in this case, limit the kind of news consumptions which comes, and also focus on local community to engage people who are around you, and practice mindfulness, gratitude. If necessary, find social support and improve the physical activities. Yes. Yeah. Further down, what else? We will talk about further about detoxes and some of the food, yeah, some of the food substances which is helpful for detox. Dietary adjustments, yes. Dietary adjustments, how what you can what you can do for. detoxification. So the basic principle stays the same, but I will talk a little bit more about individual products now. I will focus on some individual products which is suitable for this season. Let's start from the grains. Grains like the rice, buckwheat, quinoa, barley, those things. So, for example, quinoa suits very well because it balances kapha dosha. It helps improves the digestion. It helps to provide enough energy still. It's a great choice. Barley is good because it is also good for hydration, and it is still detoxifying. It is good for urine output because it is bit like acting like a diuretic. Millets, different types of millets like proso millets or foxtail millets, which is more present here in Europe. You can use those things because it is also very scraping kapha, scraping type of things, and it is easy for digestion. It has a lot of fiber. It helps you at the same time filled for a long time. So it helps you to be satisfied. So you won't again and again crave for the food. If it is about the rice, better is brown rice because it is having dense amount of fiber still compared to the white rice. So it also contains a substantial amount of carbohydrates, but still in a kind of fiber in moderation. It can be used because if it is too much carbohydrate, it can increase you can say it is more increasing the heaviness, can increase the heaviness, as you know. Buckwheat is a great choice because buckwheat is gluten-free and it is very light in texture. It is high in antioxidants and it is very good in metabolic balancing, and also it helps to scrape out your intestines, let's say scratching out the toxins from. So this is a kind of grains which you can combine. You can use it in different forms. Even I would say, even when you prepare this recipe, which is like lent the khichdi, you can experiment with different grains. Maybe you know the khichdi, many types of recipes, but of course, if there is a kind of if I have time, I will also send you some example of recipe about khichdi. But what I want to say is khichdi. When you speak about khichdi, it's about basically one grain, let's say rice and lentil, and plus you can add various vegetables. So it is told and taught like a mono diet, but still it is a kind of one pot meal, I can say. One pot meal, like you don't cook protein separately like meat or lentil soup separately, and then vegetable grilled or stewed separately, rice or quinoa separately. You have everything in one pot. So basically it is not a mono diet even, I would say, and you can experiment with seasonal vegetables, and also different types of grains, and also lentils even. So there are many types of these lentil and beans. Some of the beans also can go well if your digestion is good with the khichdi diet. So there you have a possibility to make different things. Okay, about the vegetables, let's say. mm, So before vegetables, because we are going in a kind of inspired way to go for the khichdi kind of diet, we can also discuss about the lentils, different types of lentils. So there is a kind of lentil called mungo bean or mung bean that is green in color. So if you can buy that and use for your khichdi, this is much nicer. So it is very good for three dosha balancing, and it is easier for digestion compared to everything else. Otherwise, if you take also masoor dal or masoor lentil, this is also very light and easy for digestion. It reduces the vata and kapha. It is reducing the heaviness, and it also scrape out excess amount of moisture or kapha, let's say. So you can use it in the soups. If you are digesting well, you can even add a little bit in cooked ones in the salads. You can combine it with some vegetables, so still that also goes well. But problem is, lentil or this beans, peas, lentils, this group are already heavy, and plus you add some vegetables, which is fresh. This is very difficult for digestion. So even to chew and mix well with your saliva, it takes a long time of chewing, you can imagine. So it doesn't make a homologous mixture which goes into your gut. So where you can eat it separately, if you can eat it separately, that would be much better. You can use sometimes green peas and chickpeas, but of course they are more heavier. It is more kapha increasing, I would say. It is more kapha um, kapha stimulating. So better choice is this red lentil or yellow lentils, or the best is green mung. So you can take those things, and in my opinion, don't select other ones like rajma, the kidney beans, or kind of black beans, not so much in your khichdi diet. You can eat them as a because it is nutrition wise, it is good. Chickpeas also, it has a lot of proteins. And people who are vegetarian, so when you move to a kind of vegetarian diet without meat, if you are going and you need a lot of protein, you are exercising a lot, or if you are weightlifting, then it makes sense to take the chickpeas and beans, black beans or kidney beans for your meals. But another one more thing which can also increase the gases and difficulty for digestion is this with the skin, whatever the lentil which comes with the skin. So the split beans is split ones are better. Yeah. Coming to vegetables, select everything which is seasonal. So the rule is seasonal vegetables. Seasonally, what we get during spring, it is more about everything more green as well, and let's say asparagus, the first one. This is very rich in nutrition, so you could use it even for, even if it is very well cooked, you can use it even in kishris. You can use it in one pot meal in different ways, because it is diuretic as well. It is very good for flush out the fluids and also mucus. So it is a nice option. Spinaches, this is helpful for balancing the three doshas, especially it is reducing the pitta and kapha. Radish is a seasonal vegetable as well. It is good for kapha. It is very good for removing excess moisture and also mucus. So it is stimulating the digestion as well. And if you also generally include broccolis, it is very much cruciferous vegetable. It is rich in fiber, but you need to cook it very well. So these cruciferous vegetables, when it comes to fiber, everything which is having a lot of fiber is good for cleansing, because it, again, like I said, it does this scraping process. So and carrots, of course, this is the most starting to grow at least. So this is also vata kapha balancing. It is rich in vitamin A, and my favorite is zucchini, because vata people definitely, for example, vata and pitta people, for example, it is more soft and watery vegetables. It has fibers which are very soluble, fibers. So soluble fibers. Uh, so, um, sorry, just a moment. So we are talking, I'm talking about the zucchini. So it has a lot of soluble fibers. It has a benefit of balancing vata and kapha. So this is very light to digest and easy to digest. You can use also leeks. Leeks are also lower in calories, which is with high fiber. It is mild flavor like onions, and it is very helpful to reduce the heat effect. Bitter greens, dandelions, I told you, these things are also reducing. They are having very sharp, bitter taste, which is having help to reduce the kapha as well. Very light. Um, Coming to milk products, in the spring. So cow's milk, if you are using, so I would say not too much during this season because it is more heavy and moist and cooling, so it can create more allergies and inflammations, let's say. But still, it is if you need to take it, if you're vegetarian and need proteins, you need to cook it very well. uh, Whole fresh cow's milk, add with water, cook it with in low flame, adding curcuma. This is very helpful so that it will digest better. Um, Yogurt in moderation. Again, it is kapha increasing. Kapha, if you take it in moderation, it is beneficial for kapha because it also is a bit increasing the pitta, where there is sour characters is there, which also increases the pitta. But sour and heavy cold properties can increase kapha as well. So yogurt, fresh yogurt, fresh yogurt, you should not be taking too much as well. Buttermilk, if you get buttermilk which is prepared very light, is good for digestion. You can add, it contains also good bacteria, which is also improving the gut. It is still sour in taste, but it is also cooling. But you can add with spices. You can add some cumin, roasted cumin, coriander, these spices, which will help also to make the digestion much better. Fresh cheeses, I would say, better not to eat. Avoid them because it is increasing the kapha again. It is good for vata and pitta people, but if it is this people who has allergic inflammations, because during this season it is more about allergies and inflammations are going to increase. So it's much better if you can follow a kind of very much kapha reducing type of diet. Cheeses, hard cheeses are better. Let's say soft cheeses you can reduce, hard cheeses are better. Kefir also in moderation, in very less, but you can include ghee. So every cleansing process, most of the time, starts with ghee consumption, taking the ghee in moderation because that lubricates the internal cavity and make the things, all the doshas to slide down into the gut, and from there you can flush it out. So ghee intake is good. You can start with 1 spoon of ghee every day in the morning, which will also reduce your insulin resistance, let's say. So, and you could, about the nuts and seeds, almonds are better. Almonds you can consume, which is less in allergic responses. Walnuts is also good. Cashews, very less. Pistachios, very less. Seeds, everything is good during this season because it is having enough of astringent taste because that is fiber rich as well. It reduces the excess kapha. So you can use sunflower seeds, chia seed, pumpkin seed, flax seeds. They all contain enough of omega-3, and it helps for providing healthy fats for the body. And also some of them, like sesame seeds, are very rich in calcium. So about the meat and season, spring season, during using it in the spring season, very light meats like white meats are more recommended, because this is other meats are going to be very heavier for digestion. Let's say poultry, turkey, or chicken. Bio, that is more better. Fish, I would say, not too much fatty fishes, also more light fishes from the lakes are more better. um, Fruits. When it comes to the fruits, seasonal fruits are more recommended. Apples, pears, mandarins still available. Citrus fruits are growing soon. Slowly start the strawberry and cherries and stuff. But here, in the primary, the first stage, when the fruits, these sour fruits, if you consume in the beginning of the spring, it will not create, it will create more sourness in the system. Sour taste is increasing the pitta and kapha, and it will create more allergies and inflammations. So remember, when the season goes further, and when the berries and cherries becomes more sweet in character, that is more better to take. Otherwise, apples and pears, which is more like cooked ones, are more better than the uncooked ones. Rather, it is more heavy, easier for digestion. You can make also like a apple compote for baked apple, for example, for the breakfast. You can make like this. You can use avocados. You can use use that for combining with your breakfast, for example. Oils, you can use olive oil, grapeseed oil, coconut oil, sesame oil, mustard oil. So when it goes further, like sesame oil and mustard oil, they are very hot, very sharp in quality. So it is more kapha reducing, where compared to olive oil or coconut oil, because coconut oil and olive oil, they are more pitta pacifying. Um, it is more neutral to pitta, but whereas mustard oil or sesame oil are more hot and warming, ushna in characters, we say. Still, avocado oil is also light and nourishing. Still, that oil also exists these days, so I just included this. Mm, what else? Uh, so teas or herbs, what you can also include. You can use various infusions, and also warm water, simple warm water, to improve your digestion and metabolism, because that is improving the agni. There is a kind of long list of benefits which has been described in Ayurveda about hot water. Hot water itself is told to be very light, and it is going to improve the agni. It is going to stimulate the metabolism. If you want to add, as I told you, lemon juice, you can add into to the hot water, which also stimulates the digestive system and liver functions, and promotes the alkalinity of the body. So here, the alkalinity of the body, when it is very acidic, the body, when it is acidic, that creates more inflammations. So to alkalinize, this is good. But problem is also, like I said, too much concentrate. If you take too much concentrated lemon, for example, it can create acidity in the stomach. So if there is a kind of ulcers, this can be bad. Herbal teas, various teas, let's say peppermint, dandelions, these things can be used as infusion. Ginger in small quantities, really people who doesn't have acidity. In India, we use also coconut water, because it is electrolyte rich. You can take also this for cleansing. When, for example, after purgation, it is rich in electrolytes after cleansing the stomach, or it can be used like to hydrate the body in general when there is a hot season coming. Infused water, other than that, you also prepare this mint and cucumbers and berries. You put it into water, and fruits and herbs that also provide some flavors, and also it enhances this bio elements to be there in the water. So yes, hydration through the food is also important, like watermelon, cucumbers. It is the time when now watery element fruits are also coming, but still sour fruits don't take too much. Yes. Spices, fennel, cumin, coriander, of course, turmeric. Um, they are um, they are all useful. You can prepare the tea. Mm, what else I wanted to say about? Yeah. So something which you need to avoid is compared to as a detox in Ayurvedic detoxes is too much raw things. Raw things, especially raw these okay, salads in small quantities. You can still start if your digestion is good, but still as a detox process, don't take juices. So it is going to be creating more difficulty for digestion. It is heavy, it is cold, it is going to have multiple ingredients, which is also difficult for digestive enzymes to work better. It is not so, the fibers are not so soft, and at the same time, if it is containing green elements like spinaches or green leafy things, green smoothies, if you make too much, that has concentration of oxalates, which will also be not so good for your kidneys. So be careful with that. So then I will give you a short recipe, and then slowly I will conclude. Uh, the first and foremost and only one is khichdi. It is with rice and lentils, as I told you. Usually, when you are a vata predominant person and your digestion is a bit slow, you can still use basmati rice, which is as a part of light process. But still, if your digestion is good, you can use also brown rice, or you can choose um, quinoa or buckwheat. And quinoa is not so heavy as I would say still. The proportion of lentils and rice is also crucial. So people who has more vata predominance or vata related body type, they can include more rice than the or grains than the lentils. Whereas pitta and kapha people, they can take more lentils or beans even. Sometimes people who has very good digestion, they can also include. So usual proportion is 1 cup of rice, half cup of mung, split mung, and then ghee, and cook it with cumin seeds. So heat the ghee, add 1 spoon of cumin seeds. You can, for Vata people, they can also stimulate the digestive fire with cumin, and also when the cumin crackles, you can add a little bit of grated ginger or a bit of turmeric powder, just a small spoon, let's say half spoon of curcuma, and then 1 teaspoon of ginger. You can add different seasonal vegetables. Here, Vata people can take more sweet and soft, easy to digest vegetables like carrots or baby carrots or asparagus, zucchini. You can also add cilantro to garnish. So this is about Vata type of khichdi. Pitta type of khichdi, you can use red lentils, comparatively larger quantity, but you can. Some people use even equal amount of rice and lentils, and you can use coconut oil, which is more easy, pitta pacifying, let's say. You can also add mustard seeds in this, and you can use one teaspoon of mustard seed, 1 teaspoon of ginger, a half turmeric powder. And again, about the vegetables, here also you can use more heavier, little more heavier, more pitta pacifying, bitter astringent qualities, where spinaches, peas, at the same time, sweet also is good, sweet potatoes. So, bitter, astringent, sweet is pacifying the pitta dosha. Here also you can use mint or cilantro or coriander, yes, basically to garnish. Kapha, you can use yellow monk or even the heavier ones, heaviest ones. You can use, and proportion can be more. Ghee or coconut oil, even you can use sesame oil if you wish to cook. You can use one teaspoon of ginger, half teaspoon of turmeric, and here you can use more cruciferous vegetables like broccoli, cauliflower, and also more peas, which is heavier again, bell peppers, rough vegetables. Yes. So this is about the lentil, rice, lentil kind of khichdi recipe, but still you can alternate it with adding, I don't know, quinoa or buckwheat. You can add different types of millets. You can experiment with this. This can be more of lunch and dinner. Lunch more predominantly, and dinner you can also take as soups, for example. Breakfast can be also like, as I told, porridges or stewed apples with cinnamon or almonds, or you can also use quinoa porridges, or you can use oat porridges, which can be also added with some small amount of curcuma and spices. In case of Vata people, you can use a little bit of cinnamon and cardamom. You can use nuts like almonds and walnuts. You can put a little bit of honey, or when it is cooled down, when it is cooled, because it is helpful for also kapha to reduce. So yeah. So I think most of the things I have covered. Mm, Actually, I told. Yeah, the different types of soups, different types of soups are always helpful towards the dinner time. Um, And routines, this is very important. This is the kind of most important thing. Early getting up around 5:30, drinking hot water. You can start with also lemon or infused hot water, hot tea, and tongue cleaning and oil pulling, like 1 spoon of sesame oil or coconut oil in the mouth and then flushing it out. First, to go to toilet afterwards. At least even before brushing and tongue cleaning, if you can go to toilet and finish toilet, that is good. And then having breakfast around 8 o'clock, more like I said, porridges or stewed apples, those kind of stuff. And then about a little bit of early morning, if you can do also meditation, a few minutes, or light yoga, that can also be a kind of good activity. Morning people, some people like to go for a walk because that also helps kapha sluggishness to go away, motivates, yeah. And by 10 o'clock, if you like to have some seasonal fruits, you can have. Lunch can be more heavier. If in case you eat meat, it can be also one thing. But like I told, if you can be following like a vegetarian meal plan for certain days, multiples of 7, that can be already a good detox process. Already vegetarian, then I have I can say even already you are in half cleansing process. So still, what toxins comes if it is mental or physical, you can also find out. About the lunch, you can also include salads, and dinner has to be very light. Again, soup, it can be early, like I told you already. So yes, I think I will conclude here. So if you have any questions, do you have anything written in the chat now? So I will conclude then. I hope I don't have any further questions from you. And thank you for participation. Thanks for attending, and hope to see you sometime. And bye.